I first became acquainted with my great-great-aunt, Mother Marie Gratia Luking, through hearing stories about her from my godmother, my Aunt Beth. My aunt, who's a lifelong Catholic and one of the most wonderful women I've ever known, introduced me to her, as well as to St. Mother Theodore Guerin and the Sisters of Providence in the beautiful place that is St. Mary of the Woods, her alma mater. I always looked forward to opportunities to go and visit the woods with my Aunt Beth, and in particular during my freshman year of high school, when I did a National History Day project on this dear relative of mine. This led to time spent in the archives, encounters with sisters who had served in Taiwan, and even an invitation to a special banquet to give my first-person performance, where I dressed fully habited as Mother Marie Gratia for all those in attendance. I was excited to meet delegates from Taiwan and from Providence University. My senior year of high school, I had the opportunity to travel to Rome with the sisters for the canonization of St. Mother Theodore Guerin, the beloved foundress of the Sisters of Providence, and the namesake of my oldest child, Teddy. It is safe to say that the Sisters of Providence, in their spirituality, is near and dear to my heart for all of these reasons. I am honored to share some short reflections with all of you who have been a part of the Against All Odds book study this year. It was such a gift to read and, reread Against All Odds in preparation for this presentation. What a fantastic book, and so compelling and moving. And in my reading, I came across so many lessons, I will call them, that my great-great-aunt had to share. After all, she was a teacher, and teachers always have something to impart on us, their students. She seriously must have known that such a time as this would follow, because her lessons are so relevant to the world we live in today. She was a woman of grit and perseverance, of fortitude and compassion, as she served God and neighbor in China and Taiwan. I am proud to call her my relative, friend, and even my intercessor. Now let's proceed to the lessons. Lesson number 1. The work we must do is that which God brings to us, not what we prefer to do. In the course of their time in China and Taiwan, the sisters, under the direction of Mother Marie Gratia, served in many capacities. Students, teachers, catechists, cooks, liturgists, child care providers or nannies, negotiators, formators, medical assistants or nurses, contemplatives. Some of these things they expected and prepared to do and had the training for. Other things they were thrown into at a moment's notice because it was what was needed by those whom they served. The fruit of this is evident. The sisters' willingness to do what was needed was an answered prayer for many young women, older women, families, wounded soldiers and civilians, and children who depended on the sisters for care and protection during these difficult and war-torn times. April 20th. 4 died yesterday. Many are worse, some are better. We baptized several serious cases while we were at the hospital. Word came that a trainload of soldiers was due. We hurried, left the hospital at 1:15 for the station. There were some terrible cases. Sister Agnes Loyola had one man whose smashed hand was being eaten by maggots. It was simply unspeakable. 3 or 4 times she took a fresh basin of sterile solution, and in a moment one could not see the water for the maggots. I had some bad cases. I took a good bath tonight to get rid of my livestock, fleas, many generations of them. Indeed, these were challenging circumstances. Cold weather, extreme hot weather, and they did what they could, given what they had, to better the lives of others. And I would say that a good missionary does what's required, rather than what she anticipates doing. And the sisters' willingness to provide medical care speaks loudly of their profound love for God and those who are in need of help.
Reflect on a time when you embraced the unexpected and totally put aside your own plans. Would you do it again?
一、回想一下，你遇到必须完全改变原先计划的意外事件时，你会再做同样的抉择吗？